Carl Sagan once said, "If you wish to make an apple pie from scratch, you must first invent the universe." Filling in our draw rectangle method doesn't require you to invent the universe, but it does require a fair amount of core graphics learning before you get to the actual drawing part. I will of course try to remove as much of it as I can, so the remaining bits are important. The most important thing to understand is that, like core animation, core graphics sits at a lower technical level than UIKit. This means it doesn't understand classes you know like UI Color and UI Bezier Path, so you must either use their counterparts, CG Color and CG Path respectively, or use helper methods from UIKit that convert between the two. Second, you need to understand that core graphics differentiates between creating a path and drawing a path. That is, you can add lines, squares and other shapes to a path as much as you want to, but none of it will do anything until you actually draw the path. Think of it like a simple state machine. You configure a set of states you want, colors, transforms and so on, then perform actions. You can even maintain multiple states at a time by pushing and popping in order to back up and restore specific states. Finally, you should know that core graphics is extremely fast. You can use it for drawing in real time and you'll be very impressed. Core graphics can work on a background thread too, something that UIKit can't do, which means you can do complicated drawing without locking up your UI. It's time to start looking at some code. So the first thing we're going to do is make an instance of a class called UIGraphicsImageRenderer, which draws images in UIKit. We'll give this thing a size of 512 by 512, like this. Let renderer equals a UIGraphicsImageRenderer with the size, CG size, width 512, height 512. So this creates a canvas for us that's 512 by 512 pixels in size and gets ready for drawing. Now you might think this class name starts with UI, so it comes from UIKit. So what makes it have anything to do with core graphics? Well, it is not a core graphics class, it's a UIKit class as the UI part says, but it acts as a gateway to and from core graphics for UIKit based apps like ours. You create one of these rendering objects and start a rendering context, but everything between that will be core graphics functions or UIKit methods that are designed to work with core graphics contexts. In core graphics, a context is a canvas upon which we can draw, but it also stores information about how we want to draw, such as what should our line thickness be, as well as information about the device we're drawing to. So it's a combination of canvas and metadata all in one, and it's what you'll be using for all your drawing. This context is exposed to us when we render with UIGraphicsImageRenderer. So now we have our renderer. Let's prepare to actually do some drawing. We'll say let image equals renderer.image, and this takes a closure full of actions, and that closure must accept one parameter, which is a context. This is the graphics context we want to draw into. So all this part here, this is all our awesome drawing code there. That's where the actual drawing happens, setting line widths, adding paths, drawing rectangles, and more. And when we're finished, down here, this image constant, that'll be a UI image with the result of our drawing. It'll be a 512 by 512 UI image with whatever we did inside our drawing closure. So I'm going to say down here on line 44, imageView.image equals that image. Put that rendered image into our big wide image view on our UI view. Now one thing that UIGraphicsImageRenderer does for us is automatically take advantage of scale for Retina and Retina HD devices. So when we say we want 512 by 512, that's points, not pixels. So it'll be 2x or 3x that for various devices for iOS. So the next step now is to replace this awesome drawing code comment with some actual code that draws our rectangle. And not just any rectangle, a stroked rectangle, which is a rectangle with a line around it. There are a number of ways of drawing boxes in core graphics, but I'm going to start with the easiest. We'll define a CG rect structure that holds the bounds of our rectangle. We'll set the context's fill color to be red and its stroke color to be black. Then set the context line drawing width to be 10. Then add a rectangle part to the context and draw it. The part in that might seem strange is where we're going to add a path and then draw it. This is because you can actually add multiple paths to your context before drawing, which means core graphics batches them all together. Your path can be as simple or as complex as you want. It doesn't matter. You still have to set up your core graphics state as you want, then draw the path. Now, although this thing being passed in, this CTX, this is what's called a UIGraphics ImageRenderer context. This thing does have a handful of methods we can use to do basic drawing. But the good stuff lies in its CG context property that unleashes the full power of core graphics. First, let's make our drawing rectangle. We'll say let rectangle equals a CG rect with x of 0, y of 0, width of 512, height of 512. So it'll match the canvas we're drawing into. Next, we'll call a set fill color method of our CG context to say we want to draw in red with the fill of our rectangle. Now remember, these things, core graphics, sits below UIKit. It has no idea what UIKit stuff is. So we say red, we have to say UIColor.red.CG color, like this. We'll say CTX.CGContext.setFillColor UIColor.red.CG color. Next, we'll set the stroke color to be black, again using black.CG color. We'll say CTX.CGContext.setStroke color. And this will be UIColor.black.CG color, otherwise the same. We're going to add a line width, so when we draw our line around the rectangle, our stroke around it, it'll be nice and thick. We'll use a line width of 10, so we'll say CTX.CGContext.setLineWidth 10, like that. Now we'll add a rectangle to our path. We'll say CTX.CGContext.addRect using our rectangle. Remember, that doesn't actually draw the thing. To draw it, we want to say CTX.CGContext.drawPath. And this takes a drawing mode, and I'm going to pass in .fillStroke. That means fill the rectangle and stroke around the edges as well. Draw the border on the outside. Now, one thing you have to know really is that this set line method here, doing a line width of 10, that means it'll draw a 10-point border around our rectangle. But that border is centered on the edge of the rectangle. So a value of 10 here, what that means will it actually draw 5 points inside the rectangle and 5 points outside. And because our rectangle is 512 by 512, 5 points out of that will actually be outside the size of our canvas. So you won't see the full size of our 10-point border here. Anyway, if I press Command R now, at long last, this project does something useful. When I run it, we should see a red box with a black line around it. Boom, there we go. You can't really see much just yet, but the black line is indeed outside of the image. The image ends here, and the black line should continue outside the image. You'll see this more clearly in a moment.